Coming up, when these phones ring,
Flagstaff 911, where's your emergency?
Fort Baker 1-2.
you never know what's going to happen. Plus, running to find a cure for Parkinson's. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Raina Steffen.
And I'm Aaron Vitito. Thanks for tuning in.
We all know to call emergency responders when we need help, you just dial 911.
But what's it like for the person answering the call? We went behind the scenes to look at what it takes to work in a dispatch center. NAZ Today's Chelsea Parker joins us live. Chelsea?
That's right, guys. For these trained dispatchers at the Consolidated Coconino County Flagstaff 911 Center, every day is different because they never know what kind of emergencies they may face.
Flagstaff 911, where's your emergency?
They're the first line of response when an emergency situation occurs. Katie Brandes, who has been a dispatcher for 13 years, says it's a high-stress job.
As far as the calls we take, the multitasking it requires, it is literally the hardest job you can do.
These emergency responders, as they are called, must assess each situation carefully and figure out how to proceed, all in a matter of seconds.
Like I said, Michael, we have people coming on the way, okay?
Each day is different for these responders. Some days are slow and some days are non-stop, like the day the museum fire started.
In the morning, it was super calm. 45 minutes into my shift, our 911 started filling up and overflowing over to DPS. And, everyone's calling in about there's black smoke over here, I can see flames from my house.
And once in a while, there are days when they save a life.
I've had a baby not breathing on the phone before, and being able to walk the grandmother through CPR and she saved the baby, and hearing that baby cry, there is no better feeling.
Responders are put through 6 months of training, and from time to time, that training is really put to the test.
I took a suicidal call for someone. He had shot himself, and his wife found him. It took me like a second to be like, look, this isn't about you, this is about her. You need to suck it up and you need to help her feel okay.
I actually had to dispatch medics to my brother-in-law who passed away. And, you always dread that it's your family member on the other end of the line.
And one of the hardest parts about this job is not knowing how these situations end up.
We don't know how people turn out. We don't always get that, how did they die? Did they die? Did they make it to the hospital after they were transported, and did they make it?
I kind of describe it as you're reading a really, really good book and you stop and there's like 3 chapters left and you never finish it. And you have to be okay with that.
But despite all that, these responders say the reward is worth more than the stress.
It's a thankless job. I was part of her process. For that, it was more rewarding than ever getting a thank you ever. But at least I know that I'm helping someone in some way. And that's honestly the best part of this job. And I love it so much.
The emergency responders we spoke with say the safety of everyone they talk to is their top priority, no matter the situation.
In other news, police arrested and charged a Flagstaff man accused of starting a fire in Walmart on Huntington Drive on Friday. Cody Yazzie faces multiple charges, including arson. A witness identified the suspect as Yazzie fleeing the scene after he was caught shoplifting camping supplies. At around the same time, the fire was reported. Also, a registered sex offender has been arrested in the kidnapping, sexual assault, and aggravated assault of a 15-year-old girl. Detectives say David Littlehale forced the victim into his vehicle, drove to his residence, and repeatedly assaulted the girl. The victim escaped and was treated for serious but non-life-threatening injuries and released on the same day. Police say Littlehale admitted his involvement after a standoff with officers at his home.
On a separate note, you might call it an emotional journey for a good cause. Victims and survivors of Parkinson's diseases gathered in Flagstaff over the weekend at a fundraiser to combat the disease. NAU's physical therapy program hosted a fun run Saturday, and NAZ Today's Justin Dubail was there.
Parkinson's disease is a disorder of the central nervous system that can have a crippling effect on motor skills. It's part of Kristen Garcia's everyday reality.
I had to leave my position here at NAU, which I dearly love. My days start at 10 where everybody else's start at 8 because it just takes that long for me to get going. It's just become more difficult.
My mom is a survivor, and my goal in life with my research as well as my
therapeutic interventions is to stamp out the worst stages of Parkinson's.
Even though they may be fighting for their lives or for a loved one, these people remain positive.
One of the best things about Parkinson's is that you get to exercise a lot. Now, you may not think that's a great thing, but you know, when you've been running all your life, you get to stop and smell the roses.
People with Parkinson's require an extensive amount of support to live more comfortably, and often, family members are the ones to step up to provide care. People like Kristen Garcia's husband.
He makes all the meals now. He does all the yard work. He does everything, and so I have to give him a lot of credit.
Research shows that when people have a better support system, they thrive. They do much better than people who are lonely or don't have the, support system that gives them the right foods and all of this stuff.
NAU's physical therapy department has organized this fun run for 12 years, raising more than $200,000.
It's priceless. Knowing that we have a community in northern Arizona that backs our cause and our efforts is just, it makes me want to cry.
If you would like to help someone with Parkinson's, the people at the Health Professions Building on campus are always looking for volunteers. Justin DeBell, NAZ Today.
Well, when most people think of Halloween, they think of ghosts and haunted mansions. Lucky for us, we happen to have both right here in our backyard. The Reardon Mansion has been a staple of Flagstaff for more than a century. This Halloween season, the mansion is offering nighttime tours, including stories the family has passed down. These include tales of ghost pool players and the story of an oddly realistic horse mask. The tours are scheduled for October 25th, 26th, and 29th, and the 30th. The tours are strictly for ages 12 and up.
In other news, Ponderosa Park is back open after suffering some damage last year. The park was used as a staging area to prepare for floods that might result from the museum fire. The grounds were damaged by heavy loads of sand used to fill nearly 1 million sandbags. Damaged concrete and grassy areas have been replaced and the playground is ready for use. The Ramada is available for reservations for picnics and other events. Also, revenue projections for Flagstaff are down 4.1% so far this year compared to 2018. That means less money for the Flagstaff community to spend. A city report says most of the decrease comes from a drop in sales taxes. The City Council is meeting tonight to discuss the projections and how they might affect the 2020 budget and the General Fund 5-year plan. Also, Southside residents may notice that the Rio de Flag channel looks a little cleaner, and that's thanks to efforts of several volunteers who are part of Flagstaff's Make a Difference Day.
That's right, we followed a few of these groups around to see what they accomplished. NAZ Today's Gracie Gonzalez is live in the studio to tell us more about Make a Difference Day. Gracie?
That's right. Saturday cleanup was pretty expansive. Members of the community partnered with the city of Flagstaff and organizations like Friends of the Rio de Flag in an effort to do some good.
Make a Difference Day has been a part of the city of Flagstaff's event schedule for at least a decade.
As the title says, it's all about making a difference. And for volunteer Alan Hayden, it's also about protecting the natural beauty of Flagstaff.
It's important because the Rio is the main watercourse for the town. So all the water off the streets, roofs, everywhere comes into here and it carries the trash with it. It's important for people to realize that anything that goes onto the street eventually ends up in our watercourse, which affects our water quality.
Even though Flagstaff attempts to keep the water channel clean, it is critical to throw away trash where it belongs, not in the riverbed. From broken pots to rusty wires, volunteers found many things that should have gone to the dump.
It's helping the environment because, we don't want like a bunch of trash like clogging up our waterways and like making things unsafe, especially like a lot of the sharp objects that we've found. That would be really dangerous, especially if the water level is higher and people don't see those things in the water.
Volunteers and organizations gather every October to celebrate Make a Difference Day with hard work.
It's just an opportunity for people who really care about the city and the environment to come out and make a difference by cleaning up trash and all around just getting together as a community.
If you missed out on Make a Difference Day, you can still help out. The group Keep Nature Wild is planning an urban trails cleanup. Volunteers should meet at the Flagstaff Mall Saturday at 10 a.m. For more information, visit keepnaturewild.com. Gracie Gunselis, NAZ Today.
Coming up, our Teacher of the Week is all about patience and creativity. Stay with us.
Hey everybody, student forecaster Mitchell McKenzie. Well, we saw some prescribed burns yesterday, but unfortunately they were canceled today due to partial winds, but they will be picking up back tomorrow. What that means for Flagstaff and the rest of the week, I'll tell you later in weather.
At Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, it's all about Chevy trucks. Silverado, 1500, 2500, and 3500. Right now, save up to $9,510 on the 2019 Chevy Silverado, or lease for as little as $289 a month for 36 months. Made for the long haul. The 2019 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD, save up to $11,466 in total volume savings. It's all about the trucks during Truck Month at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
Hi, Meals on Wheels. I'm Marco. I'm a college student and I volunteer as a driver for Meals on Wheels. I think it's awesome meeting these people. I mean, they're so interesting. They've had so many wonderful experiences in life. Your community helps to raise you up into the person that you become. Meals on Wheels is a great way to give back to that community.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Each week we highlight an educator in Northern Arizona as our Teacher of the Week. This week we focused on Stevie Bax, a teacher who exemplifies patience and emphasizes connection in the classroom.
That is awesome. NAZ Today's Paige Kenny went down to Flagstaff Junior Academy to see just what Mrs. Bax is all about.
Class starts each day with something called a morning circle, an activity where each student has a job.
I just love taking that 10 minutes in the morning just to connect with them. So I just sort of pulled different things throughout the years that sort of has evolved, things that I feel like help us kind of connect as a community in the morning and help get that really nice calm energy before I send them off to their, busy day.
There is also a weekly check-in board where students are able to tell Miss Bax how they are feeling and can talk one-on-one with her.
The students write their name on the back of a Post-it, and then they're able to put if they're feeling amazing, if they're feeling okay, if they're struggling and they need a check-in.
Bax is also known for doing creative activities, including tea time.
She's super nice, and she does a lot of fun things, like sings so we can come to circle and lets us use fidgets, and she lets us have tea in class. She's the best teacher and I'm lucky to have her.
Whether it's independent study or song time, Bax makes the best of each activity. And that's why Stevie Bax is our Teacher of the Week. Paige Kenny, NAZ Today.
You have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Student forecaster Mitchell McKenzie here again for you. Let's talk about those prescribed burns again as we take a look at this prescribed burn area. Like I said earlier, it is postponed for today due to those partial winds, but tomorrow it will continue to pick up and smoke will be visible around the town of Flagstaff throughout the day tomorrow. And let's take a look at some prescribed burn information from the Coconino County Health and Human Services Department to protect yourself from wildfire and prescribed burn smoke. Please reduce or avoid any outdoor activities when smoke is present. If advised to stay indoors, please keep your windows and your doors closed, as well as please avoid any activities that increase indoor pollution, such as using a fireplace. And if you become ill at any time throughout the day, please contact your health provider. That's what they're there to do, is to help you with that. So please, if you do become ill, please contact them. Let's take a look at Flagstaff currently, 62 degrees today. Those winds at around 7 miles per hour, very clear today. Mostly sunny throughout the day, and let's take a look at those high temperatures. 66 degrees is our high, 26 degrees is our low. It's around average for around our time of 60 and 30 for our highs and lows. But I want to mention something that I think our viewers will pay great interest into. Back in 1906, 9 degrees. That is cold, but it is getting cold, but I would not appreciate it being that cold as we take a look at our precipitation since January 1st, 17.25 inches, which is a little bit less than our average, but we have not seen rain in a while here. Let's take a look at today's high temperatures. 72 in Payson, 80 in Sedona, 87 in Prescott, 88 in Phoenix, all the way in Las Vegas, 83 degrees. But like I said, Flagstaff, 66. It is beautiful. Sunny throughout the day, but it does get cold at night, so please make sure to bring out those jackets. Tonight, low of 31 degrees, clear skies, light winds. The sun has already set at 5:43. Tomorrow, 68 degrees, very sunny, light and variable winds. Sunrise later, 6:39 a.m., but still beautiful temperatures in those mid to high 60s. For tomorrow, let's take a look at some of those high temperatures. 77 in Payson, same as Prescott, 81 in Sedona, 82 in Kingman, 91 in Phoenix. To my parents that are out there watching tonight, please stay indoors and keep that air conditioning going because it is going to get hot. And let's take a look at that Flagstaff extended forecast for the next 5 days. Wednesday, 68 degrees. Like I said, that beautiful weather. It's going to be Sunday, but Thursday and Friday, something to point out. Winds on Thursday, wind gust, 30 miles an hour. That's going to slowly down to 25 throughout the rest of the day, but it's going to be beautiful in those low to high 60s. Homecoming in this weekend. There's football game, there's the parade on Saturday. It's going to be an amazing weekend for all those locals to get out there and to let's say, excite NAU during homecoming weekend.
That's very exciting. Chilly and windy. Sounds like fall is finally here. I'm excited.
I definitely know. I'm excited for this fall weather. It's been so beautiful. Nadia, what's going on in sports?
Well, we're talking high school, college, and professional sports. I'll tell you more after the break.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your sports reporter, Nadia Armenta. Flagstaff High School football has a leg up this season. They're 5-3 compared to last year's 3 wins and 7 losses. A key player for this team, number 8, Luke Canizales. It was senior day, and it seems as though this senior wanted to leave FHS football with a bang. He ended up scoring the game-winning touchdown for a team competing to land a spot in the playoff bubble. Moving on to a team that is soaring high, Flag High Volleyball Squad. They're ranked actually number 3 in the 4A conference. They are 13-1 in the season and have 3 more games to play. And with no surprise sophomore outside hitter, Graceland NAZ continues to shine. She has a total of 27 kills this season, but tonight the Eagles face Bradshaw Mountain. With an unstoppable front, the Eagles will continue to prey on the Bears. The Eagles' all-time record against Bradshaw is 18-0, and it doesn't look good for Bradshaw tonight. Moving on to NAU volleyball, they're coming off an undefeated weekend. This season, head coach Ken Murphy's team has gone through its highs and lows. Throughout the season, the Lumberjacks have their lows. They have forced certain plays that have made them lose games. They haven't kept their composure at times, but they have battled through adversity. The Jacks have a young team with freshmen Taylor Jacobson and Jasmine West. They're back at home at 6:30 this Thursday at the Roll Activity Center. The Lumberjacks can pull out another win. The energy is different around NAU football team this weekend. And the reason why? It's homecoming week. 3 words that will describe this weekend: family, food, and fun. But another word that comes to mind, celebration. Why celebration? Because Case Cookus threw his 95th career touchdown in NAU history against Weber State over the weekend. He became NAU's all-time leader in career touchdown passes, and for Cookus, the play left him at a loss for words.
And so when I came into my drop and I saw the corner jump it, I threw it, and I really couldn't believe it at first. And then I saw Stacy, through the line, taking off all the way down the field. I just said, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my God!" And then just super exciting moment for me there.
Congratulations to Case Cookus. And to the Lumberjack fans, this team will play Portland State at 4 p.m. Saturday in the Sky Dome. Are the Arizona Cardinals starting to click? Some may think it's just because the Cardinals have faced poor to downright bad opponents. But under head coach Cliff Kingsbury, they have progressed. It's the Kingsbury, quarterback Kyler Murray, and running back Chase Edmonds era. And for the defense, it's the Chandler Jones and star cornerback Patrick Peterson, who look more than happy and healthy to be back. The Cardinals are 3-3-1, and history says we have to go back to 1966 for a better 7-game start. And stats say for the Arizona Cardinals, they actually might be clicking.
Well, Nadia, just something to really mention about this Cardinals team is that they did start with a tie, but now they are winning 3 in a row, and Kyler Murray is just becoming a phenomenon now.
Yeah, they definitely picked up a really good quarterback in the first round when they really needed it most. So I'm excited to see what they can do towards the end of the season and how the future looks for them.
Thanks for that, you two. We'll be right back premiering another Apple product after the break.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
All right, let's take a look at that Flagstaff extended again for the next 5 days. Tomorrow, high of 68 degrees. It is going to be sunny throughout the weekend. Thursday, Friday, those wind gusts are going to be picked up. Perfect weekend for homecoming and perfect week for locals to get out there and celebrate NAU this weekend.
That is awesome. Also the perfect week to unveil a new Apple product, but it's not a technology product. As a matter of fact, it's not a piece of technology at all. It is the not a Honeycrisp apple, but rather a mix between a Honeycrisp and an Enterprise apple. It is called the Cosmic Crisp. Washington State University has been working since 1997 to breed this apple. It's a very fancy new type of apple named for its yellow star-like bursts on a red apple. Pretty exciting. I can't wait to try it. They say it's better than Honeycrisp. I need to see it to believe it.
I definitely think Honeycrisp is the best, so I'm excited to try the Cosmic Crisp.
Exactly. They say it's a mix between a little sweetness, a little tartness. Pretty cool.
That's great. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great night. Be kind to one another.
Yeah.